Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a global artist ambassador for FENIX360, and I'm blessed to be joined today by the multidisciplinary artist, Stephen Brown. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Hey, John, I'm great.
Cool, man. Good to see you. And I'm glad to share your voice and learn about your journey as an artist. So let's do that after we tune into one of your tracks, okay? How about we tune
Okay.
into your YouTube channel and check out It's All Glorious?
All right.
Sound good?
Oh, sure.
All right, everybody. Let's tune in now to Stephen Brown and It's All Glorious.
Look at the sky, the sun, the moon and stars. It's all glorious from where you are. Look at the sky, the sun, the moon and stars. It's all beautiful wherever you are. Heavens declare His glory. Creation is a testimony of His love. When I see His awesome power, He reigns on all of us. Look at the sky, sun, moon and stars. It's all glorious where you are. Look at the sky, sun, moon and stars. It's all beautiful where you are. I can see Him in the sunrise, the cloudy day or stormy night. Only in the clear day, but His love shines through the darkness as a burning light.
Stephen, beautiful man. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and I appreciate hearing your music. And I'm really interested in your story, your journey as an artist, Stephen. Where are you from, and tell me a little bit about the different forms of art that you do. You're an actor, and you're a musician, and singer-songwriter, and a teacher. Love to hear about it.
Well, I was born in Grand Prairie, Texas, but I was 4 days old when we moved to Arkansas. So my hometown, I call myself as Jonesboro, Arkansas, but I live in Springfield, Missouri, and I'm in the middle of about to relocate down to Tallahassee, Florida in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I've moved around a lot. I was in the Navy for 16 years and been completely around the world, seen 24 countries so far. So yeah, I'm used to moving around. And yeah, it's for a job, IT job, working in a hospital, doing IT work. But that's the day job that pays the bills, that helps me to support my entertainment habit, as it were. Although I just did get off of a 4-year stint run with a musical comedy in Branson, Missouri, called Smoke on the Mountain. Cool. And I played, it's a musical comedy set in 1938, North Carolina. And it was hilarious and fun for 4 years, but it was time to move on. And yeah. So going down to Tallahassee, I'm thinking I'm going to plug myself into the music scene down there, and I'll be closer to bigger acting markets like Atlanta and Orlando. Right. I've so far, since 2007, I've been cast in 52 roles, including film, TV, commercials, training films, etc., like that.
Stephen, that's kind of amazing, actually, to have cultivated that much work and activity, related to the arts, especially for someone who multitasking other kinds of vocation to support it. Yeah,
fat balding man like myself.
Hey man, that's a segue more into commercial acting. You know what I mean? And I can understand that. So let me ask this question then: as you're considering being an actor and being a musician, were there other kinds of performers that you appreciated that helped inspire you?
Oh yeah, yes. I grew up with music surrounding me my whole life on both sides of my family. We had a great appreciation for music. On my mom's side, my dad's side, when we got together for holidays, it was like a hoedown. Everybody brought their instruments and sang and play. So I grew up from, as far as I can remember, having an appreciation for music. And I started listening. I listened to all styles growing up, even as a teenager in the 70s. Listened to, of course, rock and pop and country and stuff like that, but also big band music and symphony orchestral music, classical music, that kind of thing. So my tastes are quite eclectic, and but you might hear that. And of course, some of my favorite artists growing up, as you might have guessed during that time, was of course Elvis and the Beatles and Rolling Stones and Boston and all kinds of different artists besides that. But those are just the top few. And
Well, you know,
so
a lot of those bands, of course, big favorites of mine, and obviously inspired me as well. And I enjoyed listening to, and these performers have such dynamic personalities, and it's so fun to be a fan and to be a viewer. But it's different when you actually start playing guitar like you and start performing and then expanding your art outside of music and into acting. How about some of those actors? You know, what were some of the actors that may have inspired you?
I think one of my number one favorite actors would be Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart was so real, and in fact, during an interview one time on the Johnny Carson show, he said that. He said, "My goal is to make it as real as possible and believable to the audience, so they lift their disbelief, and so they can become involved in the media, the film or the TV show, or whatever." And so I've kind of adopted that as my guide whenever I go into acting, is try to be natural and believable and not try to be over the top. I know I've done theater, which in big theaters, you have to be a little more over the top so the audience in the back can see you. But on film and TV, I have to learn to bring it down to a more believable level. So it's
a more of a subtle energy, isn't it? And it's more relatable when it seems authentic. And Jimmy Stewart, what a powerful performer, actor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if that's where you set the bar, it's really up there. You know what I mean?
Of course, John Wayne, you know, he wasn't the greatest actor, but he was a presence. He was a presence bigger than life, you know, larger than life.
I agree with you there. And when I was a kid, I used to try and walk and talk like him. You know? I can remember there's this one little, like, you know, "You gotta drink your milk because it's good for you," you know, kind of thing. It's a terrible impression, but there's enthusiasm at least with it.
I know.
And I could probably bust out a Jimmy Stewart too, but I'll spare you. But in the meantime, I'm also interested in, Stephen, what are you working on now? What's coming up? I know you're a teacher and you wear a lot of hats. Well, what's happening?
That's not what I do for a living right now. I have been a teacher in high school and in college, teaching computer technology. My main job, I started in electronics back in 1978, which kind of evolved into computers. And I was an electronic warfare technician in the Navy for 16 years. And so that just kind of followed me throughout. And I'm using that now, still building on that, doing IT work. I'm working for a company here in Springfield, but I'm going to be switching companies down to Tallahassee. And not sure if I can name the companies or what, but that's okay. Doing IT work, and I like to teach and do videos also, sometimes teaching videos on how to do a song or how to do a role, or I hope some of my roles that are online can be teachable moments as well.
Well, you know what? I'm going to, we'll follow our conversation with another one of your productions, I Am Here. So I'm wondering whether or not you might tell me a little bit about the inspiration for I Am Here.
The thing is, that was unique. A person contacted me over what was MySpace back then. And if you remember MySpace.
Sure.
And a guy from Mark Deline from Michigan, I've never met the guy. He sent me some poems and he wanted me to set them to music. And for you songwriters out there, know that that's not necessary not necessarily an easy thing to do, because it doesn't, creating songs is not the same as creating poetry, because you have to figure out timing and context and so forth, and filling in the space. But this particular song was one that he started the words, and I changed a few of the words with his permission, and added the music. And the video that goes along with this music video is film from the first movie I had a lead role in. It's called Como, and I played a homeless veteran with PTSD raising a teenage son. And so it was a tough role for me. Even though I was in the Navy, I was never involved in any combat in the 16 years I was in. So I had to do a lot of research. This guy was Army, of course, but so I had to do some research on PTSD and so forth, and tried to be, as, like I said, natural and believable. I didn't go as big with the outbursts and so forth as some people might have liked, but I tried to portray him as someone who's trying to hold it in and rein it in. So you might pick that. There's no dialogue on this music video. It's just the music on top of clips from the film itself.
Well, that's really cool. I'm glad that we get a chance to, review and view I Am Here. I love the fact that the subject matter in itself is something to create awareness about PTSD in general, in terms of our service people who are experiencing this, and to be sensitive about it. So at any rate, I'm glad that we get to share it, and real glad that I got a chance to hook up with you, Stephen. So I want everyone to follow your progress when you're down there in Tallahassee and kicking out new music. Check out the social media links you see below our interview today for Stephen Brown, and look for him coming up on FENIX360. So thank you, brother. I really appreciate connecting with you.
Thank you. God bless you.
I can see the pain inside you. Know you feel alone. You think all have forsaken you, left you on your own. You feel like no one loves you, but you live like there's no pain. You're dying on the inside, nothing left to gain. But I am here. I am here when you're lonely. I'm here when you're afraid. Wanna hold you when you're hurting, calm your fears. Wanna be a friend to you and dry your eyes with my love. Please call to me, love to talk with you. I am here.